Count's even up at 2-2 right now. Whew. That's a full count now, 3-2. Great patience right here from the Bears batter. She strikes out.
Is that one out? Is that first out?
That's out number 2.
That's out 2, okay. We're just now getting live on YouTube. For some reason it wasn't wanting to feed into YouTube, so I had to go fix that. And so we are live now. Top of the second inning, Maumelle with an early 1-0 lead. 2 outs here. Beautiful day out here for some softball.
That's going to even up the count at 1-1 with our first strike. Strike 2. She's getting some great location on her fastballs right now. The Bears are laying off of them, but she's really doing a good job, the Hornets pitcher.
Is it 1-2?
Yes. This one's going to go foul as it gets behind. Watch out, watch out.
Ooh. Came about 6 feet from a couple of little kids.
That scared me.
That's the dangers of walking around in foul territory in softball fields.
Let's go, girls.
Those big yellow softballs don't look like they might hurt, but it hit you pretty good. It's going to put a nice little whelp on you. Especially those little kids. That wouldn't be fun.
And she's going to strike out. I believe that was 3 strikeouts for the Hornets right there as they get out of the top. They get out of the top of the second fairly easily. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the second. Welcome back, Sylvan Hills Bears fans. We're now at the bottom of the second. Bears gave up a run last inning. Let's see if they can have a little bit of a better showing here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, it was just, I would say it was a lucky spot where that ball kind of fell in the outfield to drive in that run. Or to really get the runner in scoring position at third base, just over the reach of the center fielder. So
no, and there was a big gust of wind that kind of took that ball to the left, and so she wasn't able to get under it. as the count goes to 2-0 now.
Definitely wasn't like Maumelle just hit this pitcher. Just a little bit of luck, I think.
Count's now 2-1 for Pierce.
As you can hear, that wind is coming through.
Count's all even up now, 2-2. Simmons has battled her way back against the batter Pierce. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be a strikeout for Simmons and the Bears as they get out one on the board.
Now batting, number 13, Peyton Gober.
Just a little high on the outside corner. So that's going to be ball one for Simmons. She's going to tip that one as it goes behind the catcher. For strike number one, count goes to 1-1. Gober tries to lay down a bunt right there, but it goes foul. Counts now 1-2. This one comes in a little low, so the count evens back up at 2-2. She tried to get the batter to chase there. Gober gets a piece of it, but it's going to go foul once again. Count stays at 2-2. This one's going to go foul once again. The count stays at 2-2.
They are battling every pitch.
It seems like every batter on both teams is battling it to at least a full count, and then they get a couple more foul balls in there when it's full. And that one now it's going to go to a full count, 3-2. And this one's going to get hit up in the air, see if they can get under it. And they can, as the second baseman for the Bears is going to get under that ball for the second out of the bottom of the second. That was a good job to track that ball down because, like we said earlier, that wind was trying to take it farther out into the outfield than what it probably would have been if the wind wasn't so strong.
Yeah, that was a good play by the second baseman. Use your glove to shield the sun and come down with that ball. One of the good things about the softballs being yellow.
That's true. That's gonna be ball number 2. That was close to hitting the zone, but it was just a little too low. Low once again, so I think the count's 3-0 now. It is 3-0. See if Simmons can battle her way back. Oh, and
she earned that walk the hard way, taking that one off the helmet, it sounded like.
Yes, that
She
was
will.
Kirsten Steele, the batter for the Hornets right there, who got hit by the pitch, and she's going to take a slow walk to
Now
first
batting,
base. I
number
think that was
15,
a stinger right there.
Sylvan.
She's going to get a piece of it, but it's going to go foul behind the catcher. I think that was going to be a little bit too. That one was going to be a little bit below the zone, but she took a hack at it anyways. That one's going to be high. Simmons has kind of seems to have lost control of these last 6 pitches. See if she can't gather her back and try to throw a couple strikes.
The good thing here is it is 1-1 on this hitter's foul tip. Another foul ball. Makes it 1-2 real quick.
Let's go, Christina.
Swing and a miss, and that's gonna be a strikeout for Simmons as as that's a pretty quick inning right there for the Bears as the Hornets still remain in the lead 1-0. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for the third. Welcome back, Sylvan Hills Bears fans, as we're now in the top of the third. Hornets still lead 1-0. That's going to be ball 1 for the leadoff batter for the Bears. She fouls that one back behind the catcher. Count evens up at 1-1.
You can hear how much that wind is whipping.
Count goes to 1-2 now. The pitcher, Gracie Keeling for the Hornets, is really having her way so far today. Ooh, and that's strike 3 as she strikes out, and that's going to be first batter down for the Hornets.
Yeah, that was one of those borderline calls that went the pitcher's way that time. I think that catcher did a good job framing it, holding it there, and letting the umpire decide to call strike there.
That's going to be strike one for a familiar name you might remember, Will. Gianna Morris.
Gianna Morris, yeah.
I did not know that she played softball.
I didn't either until I looked at the roster. Whoa.
Don't worry, Will. If one of these balls makes its way back here, I'll protect you. I'll knock it away or catch it.
Last year we had a couple that almost did. We had one that hit about 2 foot from us a couple times.
I'll put my body on the line for this equipment.
I'm glad you will. I don't know if I will. No, I will for the computer at least. Everything else can be replaced a little cheaper, I think.
Counts 1-2. Oh, and Gianna Morris is going to strike out swinging. So that's going to be 2 quick outs for the Hornets. Now coming up to the plate, it's going to be number 5, Catherine Harper. It's going to be a first pitch strike with that swing and a miss right there from Harper. This one's going to go foul.
Just like that, it's 0-2, and Keeling's looking to strike out the side. Hopefully she can put the ball in play and
she's trying to
let that happen.
She's trying to make quick work of this side, and ooh, that one was close, just a little bit outside.
I think that was probably closer than a couple of pitches that have been called strikes. But I will gladly take that being a ball.
A swing and a miss for another strikeout for the Hornets, as Keeling is just having her way right now. Score remains 1-0 Hornets. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for the bottom of the third. Welcome back, Bears fans, to the bottom of the third here. Hornets are up to bat.
Yeah, Simmons has done a good job here through. This is now the bottom of the third coming up. She's done pretty good. I think she's only given up 2 hits.
This one's going to go, and the shortstop's not going to be able to get to it as it splits the third baseman and the shortstop.
I may have jinxed her there. Sorry.
And that's going to be a leadoff single for the Hornets here at the bottom of the third. I'm going to blame that one on you, Will, for sure. So
you go ahead, because I don't think Simmons deserved that. Blame that hit on me. Maybe we'll get a try double play here. Get him out. I'll say it's a nice gesture by Maumelle. They're wearing the pink stirrups in memory of the Sylvan Hill students that passed away in that tragic car wreck.
And a wild pitch is going to get that Hornet runner from first base to second now, as they have a runner in scoring position.
And as Coach said, it was a student athlete's decision or request to do that. It wasn't coaches or anything, so he commended them for their big hearts. So
I'm glad you pointed that out, because I didn't even notice. That's
Yeah, I only knew that because of their Facebook post earlier.
Oh, okay. I'm not much of a Facebook guy.
Yeah, I know. If I didn't have it for business purposes, and most of my family are boomers and older people, so they don't do Twitter or Instagram. So
That's a swing, but it's going to be high up in the air, and the shortstop's under it. And so that's going to be out number 1 for the Bears here in the bottom of the third.
and, you know, that's a much harder play than it looks just, you
Now
know, here on the
batting,
screen.
Number 22.
Well, with
Catherine
the
Keelan.
sun is right in these ladies' eyes, and with the wind combined with that, that's definitely a tougher play than the way it looks.
Yeah, it's a high sun right now. It's getting ready to come down as well. And it's a high sky.
That's going to be ball 1. Oh, and that's going to be a wild pitch and a wild throw there. I'm not sure what was going on, but the runner's going to advance to third now. At the plate is Keeling, Catherine Keeling for the Hornets. She goes for a bunt, but she misses, and that's going to be strike 1. Evens up the count 1-1.
I think they were trying to squeeze play there to get the runner home from third.
With 1 out, that's a smart move. The way that Simmons has been pitching so far here today, that's a pretty smart move. She tries to bunt again. This time it's going to go behind the catcher, foul. She got a piece of it, but the count's now 1-2. So wouldn't expect a bunt again right
You
here.
may see more of a slap bunt attempt here than an actual regular bunt.
This one's going to be low. Evens up the count 2-2. This one's going to be smacked into right field, and that's going to get a runner home for the Hornets. And just like that, they have a 2-0 lead.
That was just a good piece of squaring up the bat on the ball and pushing it the opposite way. Stayed back on the pitch with 2 strikes and did her job. Drove in the run, got on first.
This one's going to be smacked in between the third baseman and the shortstop into left field. Now they have runners at first and second. Coming up to the bat for the Hornets is going to be their pitcher, Gracie Keeling.
Yeah, it was an opportunity for her to kind of help her own cause, as they say, when pitchers get opportunities to hit. And there is a runner in scoring position, so let's see what she can do here.
Simmons gets a piece of it. Oh, my mistake. Keeling gets a piece of it, and it's going to go foul.
Bear with us. We're still getting our legs under us calling baseball and softball. It's just a second night at doing this, and that first night was so long that we may have forgot everything we did that night. I was at the field for 6.5 hours.
It went pretty late in the night.
For 2 games.
Count evens up 1-1.
But that doubleheader against Jacksonville, Sylvan Hills took care of business, won 8-7, and then they won with by wider margin than that, but it was an interesting finish.
That's gonna be ball 2. Count goes to 2-1 now. If you're Simmons, you're really looking for maybe a easy ground out in the infield for maybe a possible double play. That's probably your best hope if you're the Bears right now. Or a strikeout here at the plate.
Yeah, with the 3-1 count, you're kind of hoping maybe a pop fly somewhere short. Doesn't allow the runners to advance to third. Probably don't want to pop it to right field. That would give the runner the most opportunity to advance.
And this time she gets a piece of it, but It's going to go foul, and that's going to leave it at a full count now, 3-2.
3-2 with one out. She's fouled off 3 or 4 pitches, I think.
I think if
Take
the
that back. That was the second foul.
I think if the catcher would have held on to that one in her glove, I think that would have been an out. She gets a piece of it. It's going to go foul on the right. Oh, and they're going to catch it right there on the foul line. That was a close one. I didn't know if they were going to be able to catch that one. I think the wind kept that one from going outside of the field.
Yeah, I think that wind actually kind of stopped there a little bit, so it kind of allowed the ball to stay in where they could catch it. And second baseman came over and made the play and kept the runners at second and first here.
Now up to the plate for the Hornets is going to be Pierce.
Now Simmons can get out of this, just take care of this batter.
Counts 1-0. And Simmons zips one by her after that swing and a miss and evens up the count 1-1. And that's strike 2. Count goes to 1-2.
One thing I like about high school baseball and softball, you got the fans right here along the fence line, so if your kid's up batting or pitching or anything, you can kind of yell at them and motivate them.
Catcher tried to hold that one real tight. He tried to hold it close to the zone there to see if she couldn't get it, but that's going to be called a ball, and count evens up 2-2.
That was a good pitch, and also good by the hitter to take that pitch instead of swinging at it.
Now we got a full count, 3-2.
Another good pitch there by Simmons, and again another good take there by the hitter. Knowing kind of what this ump's strike zone is, she knows that she can get away with not swinging at that.
There's 2 outs, correct?
Yes.
And that's going to be out number 3 as Simmons strikes her out. Hornets lead at 2-0 now after the 3rd inning. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, it'll be time for the Bears to come up to bat. Welcome back, Bears fans, to the top of the 4th inning now. Up to bat for the Bears is Briley Overman. It's going to be strike 1 for Overman, as Gracie Keeling for the Hornets starts up where she left off in the 3rd.
seems to have control of the strike zone. And Sylvan Hills hitters are coming up being aggressive and swinging through and fouling off pitches, so it's working to her advantage, keeping our pitch count low as well.
That's going to be ball one, evens up the count. Oh, my mistake. The count is 1-2. Hard to see those lights out there on that scoreboard.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strikeout for the leadoff hitter for the Bears. Coming up to the plate now for the Bears is Emma Young.
I can't remember if Keeling pitched last year or not, but I think she did, and I remember her being pretty dominant last year too. At least the games we came and broadcast for them.
You know, interconference matchup, game one, probably want to put your best arm out there, and right now, Reese Keeling for the Hornets has shown why she might be their best arm.
Yeah, and Simmons has held her own too. Just a couple of, it really one good hard hit off of her, I think, and a couple of singles, and then that one that just kind of found the exact spot it needed to fall in.
So the count now is 2-1 for Young as she fouls one off behind the catcher. That's going to be ball three. Count goes 3-1.
We just praise her for her command of the strike zone, and she's gone 3-1 on this hitter, but not everyone's perfect, so.
That's going to send her to first. That was a close pitch right there.
That's a pitch that's hard to take if you're a hitter, so kudos to the hitter for taking that pitch.
That was great patience right there from Emma Young. Coming up to the plate now for the Bears. Not sure who is that. Oh, and that one's up in the air, and she's going to get under it in the left field, and that's going to be out number 2.
I thought that was a foul ball, and I was looking straight up like, where's it at? I don't see it. It's coming right for me, isn't it? But no. Good job out of left fielder. Get under that and gets that, and you're second out of the inning.
That's going to be fouled off to the left.
Way out of play.
That one's going to be on the outside. I'm not sure if they weren't doing that just to check on the runner at first base, see if they could catch her jumping.
Yeah, so it's 1-1 count here with 2 outs. See if we can't put the ball in play and get the runner over.
This time she's got a good hit, and it stays
fair
fair, and that's gonna send the runner from first to third, and she's gonna have a double on her hands. Oh, and they're sending her home. See if she can get there in time, and she does. And that's 2 batters across home plate. Great hit right there.
So do they count that as a triple and an error, or is that a home run?
I'm not sure what they're going to count it as, but either way, they just tied up this ball game 2-2 here in the top of the 4th.
That's how you do it, Bears. Make contact with that ball, put it in play. That was a beautiful piece of hitting there.
It was. It was very close to being foul, but just got it on the inside of that left field line. That was a big hit right there from the Bears. Clutch hitting.
Now it's all tied up 2-2.
2-2, and I believe this is Simmons up to bat.
Yeah, I think so.
And she's going to get a piece of it, but it's going to be high up in the air, and Keeling's going to get under it, and that's going to be the end of the inning for the Bears. Either way, they just tied it up 2-2. We got a ball game once again. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the 4th.
And that's a foul to start the bottom of the fourth inning, as Maumelle now has a tied game with our Sylvan Hills Bears, so they're going to try and see if they can retake the lead here. But I think Simmons got in her to keep this tied game here.
That one's going to be in the dirt for ball one. Count evens up 1-1.
Number 18 for Sylvan Hills is Kaylee Hester. And number 19 is Emma Young. That's according to SB Live.
She's going to get a good hit on this one. It's going to go into center field there. Center fielder's going to pick it up, and she's going to get away with a double there as they hold her up at second. That was a big piece of hitting right there for Peyton Gober of the Hornets.
That was a good piece of hitting, but I think Simmons can get out of this without a problem here. So he says, inter-conference, if SB Live, you're right, both teams are 6-2 in the 5A Central. This 5A Central is loaded with BB, Valonia, Sylvan Hills, and Maumelle.
She lays down a bunt, but it goes foul behind the catcher.
So if those records are both right, I know. Last I checked, BB was undefeated. Valonia 6-2, I believe, and then Sylvan Hills and Maumelle both 6-2 in the 5A Central. So this is a big doubleheader here for the Bears can come in here and take. Even if they just split this doubleheader, that would be good.
She lays down a bunt. She's not going to get there in time as they get her out at first base, but that advances the runner to third now. So for out number one.
See here, if you're Simmons, you just focus on
Now batting,
the hitter of the plate. Don't worry about the runner at third. Just if you can find a way to maybe strike her out, then that gets you your second out. And you don't have to worry about the runner on third as long as you execute the pitches of the plate.
Maybe hoping for an infield pop fly or a strikeout here for Simmons.
Yeah, your first baseman's playing really far up in an attempt that they're going to try to squeeze here. It's not the first time Maumelle has tried to squeeze here.
This is Cunningham at the plate for the Hornets. Counts 1-0. She lays down a bunt. And they look back at third base, trying to hold her there and not let a runner come across. Might have been better served trying to just throw it to first there, but
I can kind of see where they're coming from with that, just because they don't want the runner from third to score. But yeah, I can also see throwing it to first, getting that second out.
I think in that
now you have two runners on.
I think in that situation you might want to try to get one there, but now you might have a chance at a double play. So we'll see what happens. First pitch comes across and it's fouled.
That's a great piece of foul hitting. That ball comes across into the other softball field and hits third base.
And this is Ward for the Hornets at the plate. And she gets it right to the pitcher. It could have been a double play there, but the shortstop couldn't grab a hold of it. So just like that, the Hornets take the lead 3-2. And they leave runners in dangerous positions at first and second.
That was a hot shot off the bat, right up the middle. Pitcher kind of being a little defensive to try and get it. But it just kind of bounced off of it, went straight to the shortstop. And probably had a little English on it. It was hard to field it as a shortstop too. So
it was honestly, it goes right to Simmons again. This time she can't get a hold of it, and just like that, bases are loaded. That time before that, it was probably good of Simmons to at least touch the ball, because I think if she wouldn't have touched it, it was going into the outfield, and that could have left a runner at third. But now we have bases loaded, one out, and coming up to hit is going to be number 22 for the Hornets, Catherine Keeling. And that's low one in the dirt for ball one. As soon as right before that first pitch, it felt like everybody got silent, like you could have heard a pin drop.
They did. It's a tense situation, you know. Sylvan Hills has just tied the game up. Maumelle's come out, taking the lead again. He's got the bases loaded with 1 out. So it's a tense moment in the game. Big moment. The 2-0 count.
2-0 count.
Yeah, she definitely wants to try and come here with a strike.
She's trying to catch the bottom of that zone, and the ump is not giving her any leeway there. That one was probably the closest one out of all 3 she's thrown, but now we have a 3-0 count.
And that's tough because she doesn't want to throw the ball high because with this wind, you never know what's going to happen.
That time she got a good strike there. Keeling looked like she was just going to take and see if she couldn't get walked to first. But now you got a 3-1 count.
Yeah, that was a good take, a good pitch spot there for a strike. And at 3-1, you definitely don't want to walk in a run.
And that one's going to be high, and that's going to send her to first base, and that's going to take another runner across home plate for the Hornets. Stretches their lead out by 2 now. They lead 4-2. Swing and a miss for strike 1 right there.
She came back right there, very aggressive, getting that strike.
That's Maggie Graves at the plate for the Hornets.
Solo senior on the team here. Maumelle sitting at 6-2 in league play, and they only have 1 senior on the roster. That's kind of impressive. That means that they're going to be right back in the thick of it next year, too.
That one's in the dirt. Count goes to 2-1. She gets a piece of it, and it's going to go in between the third baseman and the shortstop, and that's going to score 2. Nope, it's going to score 3. That scores 3 runners across home plate right there, and she just hit a big triple right there for the Hornets.
Yeah, it was just tough there. Good piece of hitting by the Hornets.
Number 9, Gracie Keeling.
But we can answer. Get these 2 outs here in the inning and get back to the plate. You've got plenty of time in this game to come back in this game. You showed last inning that you can hit Keeling, so.
They smack a bunt down. This time they're going to catch her at first. And they're going to say she's out at home plate. That was a great play right there from the Bears to keep her from coming across home plate. And so they keep the lead at 7-2. Hornets lead it. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be time. It'll be the 5th inning.
It was a nice play there at home, and I think Coach White's letting Blue know that he doesn't totally agree with that call, but we'll be right back. So top of the 5th inning here. And let's see if Sylvan Hills can come answer. They don't have to get all 5 of the runs, but they've got 3 more at bats at least to score the 5 to get back in this game.
That's a swing and a miss for the leadoff batter for the Bears. And I apologize if I mispronounce this, but it's Brooke Zermatten at the plate for the Bears. It's going to be ball 1, evens up the count 1-1.
Probably the best that I would have been able to pronounce it as well. So if there's someone that knows how to pronounce it that can tell us in the comments, well, glad to correct it in the future.
Strike 2. Count goes 1-2. And this time she's gonna get a strikeout there as Keeling continues to her work on the mound. Now up to bat for the Bears, it's gonna be Abby Licata.
Strike zone maybe tightened a little bit because earlier in the game that was a strike.
She got a swing on it, but it's going to be high up in the air. See if they can get under it, and they do. The center fielder comes all the way almost to the infield to make the catch, and that's going to be out number 2. That's going to be out number 2 for the Bears, as Keeling's trying to make quick work of this inning.
Yeah, good response there by Keeling to come out, strike out the first batter, and then gets that fly ball to right center field.
Now it's Gianna Morris at the plate as she takes ball 1. Gotta love these 2 sport athletes. At least I think 2 sports. She might play track, and I don't know.
That's a good possibility because she's pretty fast.
She is pretty quick. We saw that on the basketball court. And that's strike 1. Evens up the count 1-1.
She blew by plenty of defenders in basketball, so of course totally different speed than what track's looking for.
That's strike 2.
But I know coaches at the college level love the multi-sport athletes, teaching them more discipline.
Shows great versatility. Count evens up now, 2-2. Morris got some pretty decent contact, but it's gonna go foul.
Hit someone's. That wouldn't happen again if they tried.
It's a good thing that net's right there. I didn't even realize there was a net there. That's smart.
Yeah, it's a good net there, and it bounced out of the net and hit someone's Yeti-like cup on the.
She got a good hit on this one. See if it's going to get down, and it does. It gets down in between the left fielder and the center fielder. She's going to be stuck there at first.
She thought long and hard about.
She thought about it.
Second, but decided against it.
That was probably a good decision there, as it didn't go as deep into the outfield as I think it needed to go if she was going to try to take second. So with, I think it's 2 outs now. We got a runner at first for the Bears. At the plate is Catherine Harper.
Between games, I'm going to try and see if I can get the second camera to connect, because software in both games have been apparently giving us troubles.
Swing and a miss. Counts all evened up now, 1-1.
If I can't get it to connect today, it will. Is it next week or week after when we have the next set of softball games? I think it's next week. It'll be the home series versus Bologna, I believe. We'll get those 2 games in for softball as well.
That swing and miss evens up the count 2-2. That was a close pitch right there. Some of the Hornet fans are shouting out that one, thinking it needed to be a strike.
That was a good pitch, but you know what? I'm sure human too.
And just like that, Harper's going to strike out, and that's going to be the third out of the inning as Keeling makes quick work of another set of batters for the Bears, and that's going to be, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the fifth. Welcome back, Bears fans, here in the bottom of the fifth. Simmons remains on the mound for the Bears.
Now batting.
That's going to be ball one. Number 3, Grayson Pierce up at the plate for the Hornets. That one was close, just a hair off the plate right there for Simmons for ball 2. Count goes to 2-0.
Let's see if we can't get out of this inning 1, 2, 3 and get back to the plate, try and get some of these runs.
That one's going to go foul behind the catcher. She gets a piece of it, but it's going to go foul once again behind the catcher. Counts even now, 2-2. Simmons has battled her way back. See if she can't get this one right here at the plate. Whew, that one was close. It's going to be a hair off the plate, though.
Ooh, and when you say hair, I mean like a stubble chin hair type off the plate, maybe. I don't think it was off the plate. But hey.
I thought it was a strike, too, but umpire's a little closer than I am. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. That time, and it's going to be ball 4 there. She's going to take a trip to first base. And so with no outs, Hornets are sending up to the plate. Peyton Gober. Yeah, they got a runner on first. No outs. They still remain in the lead, 7-2. And that's going to be strike 1. It's going to be strike 2. She caught the bottom of the zone there. Counts 0-2.
That one's a little bit lower, so I don't think he's going to call that one a strike. So There's ball one. 1-2 count with nobody out and a runner on first.
She gets a piece of it, but it's going to go foul on the right side, and they're not going to be able to get under it. Count remains 1-2. She fouls off another one. Stays 1-2. Simmons is doing all she can to try to get one by her, and she's just keeps getting a piece of one. That time it's going to go a roller into the infield. They're going to get her out at first, but that's going to advance the runner to second. And so with one out now, the Hornets have a runner in scoring position at second.
Now batting, number 30, Kirsten Steele.
Number 30, Kirsten Steele, coming up to the plate for the Hornets.
Hey, needs to be able to see the plate just as much as the hitter.
That's facts. That's facts.
So, gotta make sure he can see it. All he needs to really see is the black part, right?
That's going to be strike one.
The spectators are letting him know they think that one was a little bit too high. That's what I love about baseball and softball. As long as everyone stays respectful, it's kind of fun to listen to the banter from the fans. Oh, someone just lost some popcorn.
That one's going to go foul on the right side.
Just a little bit late on that one. Shooting that foul just right past the first base line. Making Coach over there kind of move out of the way a little quicker. Got to stay on his toes over there.
So counts 0-2. She gets a good hit, and the center fielder is going to get under it, though.
That's a great awareness from the center fielder. You know, sun's starting to go down, so it's a little bit easier to track the ball here in the outfield. The wind's not whipping as much, so.
She went a pretty good distance right there to catch up to that one, so credit the center fielder for the Bears for a great catch for out number 2.
Coach White coming up here as he calls time. Going to have a courtesy runner for the runner at second base, maybe trying to get a little more speed out there to see if on a ball through the middle can get that runner home.
So at the plate for the Hornets is Christina Cunningham.
And Simmons wants to get Christina Cunningham out right here.
Cunningham gets a piece of it, but it's going to go foul.
Right to the trash cans of the concession stand building.
You know, I saw a dog out there past the fence and outfield with a softball in its mouth, I think.
Was it a softball or was it a tennis ball, Jake?
It was yellow, so I mean.
It was probably a tennis ball. I don't know if dogs can carry those softballs.
I bet
pretty big.
it's a lab. It was a black lab.
Yeah, I saw him out there.
She got a piece of this one, but it's going to go right to the second baseman, and they're going to get her out at first. So that's a good job to avoid any more damage right there by Simmons and the Bears. And just like that, the score stays 7-2 Hornets. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be the top of the 6th. Welcome back, Bears fans, here to the top of the sixth. Up at the plate right now for the Bears is going to be Briley Overman. Hornets still lead 7-2. Overman got a piece of it, but it's going to go foul and past the left field line.
This game is speeding along here. It's just about an hour and 15 minutes long so far. It's going nice pace here. Top of the sixth inning of a 7-inning game.
And that one's going to be high.
1-1 count. Top of the sixth inning. Sylvan Hills going to try and mount the comeback here.
You were talking about that second camera, in the third inning. I looked back there. I saw that camera was pointed that way. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope the camera's looking the right way. Then I saw the other one.
Yeah, no, that camera is going to try and go down the first base line if I can get it to connect to the software.
So swing and a miss. Evens up the count, 2-2.
For those thinking, yes, I've turned it on and I've tested everything appropriately. I may be ditzy, but I'm not that ditzy. Sometimes software and technology just does not like to cooperate correctly, and this is one of those times.
And that's going to be strike 3 as Overman strikes out and Keeling strikes out the leadoff hitter for the Bears here in the top of the sixth.
The thing that's frustrating is pregame when I tested it, it was working.
Now up to the plate for the Bears is Emma Young. She got a piece of it. It's going to roll forward right next to Will.
Yep. You got a ball, Jacob.
I got a ball. I don't know who it's going to, but
I don't know either.
I'll just hold it till somebody. There you go.
They confiscated it.
Oh, I knew somebody was going to come and grab it. I was just going to wait. Ooh. Man, I kind of jumped on that one, too.
There have been several times over the last couple of years I've jumped at balls coming right. And that guy's got that iPhone sitting there in the fence, and I came pretty close to hitting it. Like, probably 18 inches from hitting it.
Well, you know, I've seen a bunch of those balls come back here so far here today, and I haven't jumped at one. That's the first one I've jumped at.
He got his iPhone on the fence. I think there's 2 other cameras that's on there as well. Whether it be for, I think the Sylvan Hills Facebook page does a live stream from that little Mevo camera over there.
She gets a good hit, and it's going to drop down in the right field for a base hit right there. That was a good piece of hitting right there from Emma Young. As she battled with the pitcher there for what seemed like five or six pitches, and she manages to get to first.
Here mounts the comeback, right? Keeling kind of trying to reset everything out on the mound here. But as Sylvan Hills broadcast and some fans of Sylvan Hills, we want them to come back from this 5-run deficit and win. So let's go Bears.
So Selena Jones up here at the plate for the Bears, and she gets a piece of it. It's gonna be close to the foul line, and they can't get control of it. As I think that was the second baseman who ran out after it, but she drops it in foul territory, and so Selena Jones keep on swinging.
Both second basemen or base women.
I was thinking about that earlier, and I've just been saying third baseman because I don't really know if.
Yeah, I think it's second baseman.
Yeah,
and both of them have done stellar jobs out there with fighting this wind, some pop-ups and everything in foul territory. So it's been fun to watch.
That one's going to be high.
But I also know if that camera was down there on that third base line, they probably would have ran into it a couple times too.
Probably right. Counts 1-2. That one's going to be low, close to the dirt there, as Jones evens up the count, 2-2.
2-2 count, runner on first already, just 1 out in the inning. What's Keeling going to do on this pitch here?
She got a piece of it. It's going to go foul, though. She got great contact on that one. If only it would have straightened out just a hair.
Yeah, about 15 foot straight. I think it would have been a nice either triple down the line, or maybe even sneak over that fence in fair territory. With the fair pole, that is. As Bill Elson likes to argue.
Wait, the fair pole?
Yeah, it's fair pole, because if you hit it, it's fair.
I see.
I've never thought about it like that. I've always called it a foul pole.
That's a good point. Hey, that's a good point. She got a piece of this one, but it's going to go foul.
Remains a 3-2 full count. 1 out, runner on first base.
This has been the best bat of the evening so far for Selena Jones that I've seen so far. So
Battling every pitch. That's what you want to see.
she got a piece of this one. It's up in the air, and the
fall.
shortstop can't get to it, and it's going to fall down in the center field. And so now you got a runner at first and second. That was a great piece of hitting right there for Selena Jones to just keep on battling, as now the head coach for the Hornets wants to go out on the mound and have a discussion with the team.
That's Coach White. Yeah, it dropped in for a hit.
Now coming up to the plate is Mackenzie Geit.
There are 2 on here with 1 out. Yeah. Seeing a little chink of the armor, maybe. Maybe Keeling's getting a little tired here. Let's see if the Bears can take advantage of it. She's out there digging her spot in the circle, trying to refocus here. Let's see if Geit can't come through here.
That one's low and in the dirt, and that's going to advance the runners as it gets away from the catcher. Now you got runners at third and second, both in scoring position.
With just 1 out, man. Just if you can get that ball through the infield here, it's going to change the game. One out, 1-0 count.
She got a piece of this one. It's high up in the air. I think they're going to get under it. And that they do as the third baseman gets right under it.
That's about the best you could have asked for Maumelle. Unfortunately, in that situation, it just pop up in the infield.
So that's going to be out number 2 for the Bears. As now coming up to the plate is going to be Leighton Simmons, and she's going to try to help her own cause, as Will likes to say.
Yeah, hey, anytime a pitcher hitting, gosh, they always want to try and score some runs, help their own cause in this game. 1-0 count now.
That one's going to be high.
2-0.
Count goes to 2-0. She got a piece of that one, but it's going to go foul into the fence behind her. Fouled off once again. Now the count evens up 2-2.
Both hitter and the pitcher kind of reset themselves here. Big spot here, 2-2 count with 2 outs, but there's runners in second and third here.
That one's gonna be high outside, high and above the zone for ball 3. Now you got a full count, 3-2.
That's gonna be a payoff pitch here with 2 on, 2 outs, 3-2 count. Simmons at the plate, Keeling on the mound.
Here comes the 3-2, and it's low. And that's going to send her to first and load the bases for the Bears.
That almost fooled me a little bit because he almost put his arm out like it was going to be a rung-up third strike. It looks like this may be the end for Keeling. She's done a great job here just giving up 2 runs to Sylvan Hills. I think we're going to see a pitching change here. Number 14's coming in. Who we got number 14 from Maumelle?
Number 14 for Maumelle is Layla Ward.
Okay, she's coming out on the mound.
Going to get a few warm-up pitches in, get her arm warm.
Yeah, Kewing did a good job of just 2 runs here. Yeah, there's bases loaded, but there are 2 outs, so see if Ward can't come in here and stifle this rally by our Bears.
Appreciate anybody that's tuned in here to our broadcast tonight. Make sure after the end of this game, and this is a doubleheader here tonight. After the end of this game, we're going to end this broadcast and start another one up for the second matchup between the Bears and the Hornets, where the Bears will be the home team. Correct?
Yeah, I think they do the same thing in softball as they do in baseball, where the teams flip in the second game, home and away, since it's a doubleheader, instead of having to go to each town. I assume that's why they do that. It would make sense. Not enough time in the season to play doubleheader at both places, I guess. So that'd be a lot of games too.
Well, I think the way softball and baseball works is their postseason goes into the summer. I'm pretty sure, past the end of the school year, does it not? I think baseball's does.
I'm not sure.
Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I'm not sure.
I know that Natural State Sports is going to, or working to broadcast a regional that Robinson is hosting in the 4A. And I believe that's second weekend in May, maybe the 3rd. So, I mean, yeah, I guess depending on when school lets out. Two-one count. There's nowhere to put them. So let's see if we can be patient here. We'll draw a walk here.
2-1 count. That's a good piece of hitting right there for Brooks Zermatten. And she's going to round and try to get to second, and she does. And that gets 2 runners across home plate. And they narrow this deficit down as the Hornets only lead by 3.
That's 7-4. You got runners on second and third again here. And that was a good piece of hitting into the gap there. But this is just as good for the center fielder to cut that off to keep it from being a triple and driving in 3 runs.
Bears are trying to work a 2-out rally right now. Coming up to the plate for the Bears is Abby Licata. If you're a believer in the superstition, then put your drink on your head and see what you can't get done.
There's only 2 on base, though. It's not bases loaded.
At least tie it up.
You put it on upside down since there's only 2 on. I'll try it.
That one's going to be low.
So right now it looks like Ward is having a little hard time finding the zone after giving up that double, I think.
It's really hard to be put in a position when you get thrown into a game and you're already in a sticky situation like that. It might be tough to find the zone when you get put into a situation like that. Maybe some nerves.
I have all the respect for pitchers that can come in sticky situations in both baseball and softball. It takes some nerves of steel to come in and try and put out a fire by another team.
She got a piece of this one. It's going to go foul. See if they can catch up to it. They can't catch up to it. I believe the count's 2-1.
That is going to make it 2-2.
Oh, evens up 2-2.
Yeah. She had a foul ball over here off the left side as well.
Licata battling here with Ward on the mound.
See if Licata can't win this battle.
That's going to be high, and now it's a full count, 3-2.
All right, see if we can get another walk here, get a base hit here, maybe drive in at least 1 run or get on base and load the bases again. Either way, let's go Bears.
She got a piece of it. It goes right to the third baseman, but she couldn't get there in time, and she bobbled the ball. The shortstop picked it up, tried to get the runner going to third, but both runners are going to be safe at the corners, and that got a run across home plate as well. Narrows the deficit once again. Now the Hornets only lead by 2.
Let's go Bears.
2 outs, runners at the corner, and you have Gianna Morris coming up to the plate.
Can we say the Bears?
The Bears. She got a good piece of this one.
That's.
Yeah. And it's going to go drop right behind the center fielder right there at the fence line. And that got Zermatten across home plate. That was a great piece of hitting right there from Gianna Morris. Hornets are only leading by 1 now.
And let me tell you, it's just both center fielders, there's been a lot of good defense played here today because both center fielders have cut off some balls that into the gap that kept them from going further.
And that one's going to be outside for Catherine Harper at the plate for the Bears. I thought that hit from Morris was going out. I thought that one was gone.
It just kept going, and I'm like, oh.
It barely dropped. A swing and a miss right there for Harper.
We're working for the road broadcast. Let me tell you, if we'd both jumped up, started yelling for that for a home run,
no, that's it. I'm kind of
some fans probably coming at us.
I'm trying to keep my my excitement to a low. I don't want to be. I don't know. I feel like I'm in enemy territory where we're sitting right now.
A little bit, but Maumelle fans aren't.
I know. I don't know.
Anything, so.
They're our fellow PCSS on the PCSSD Sports Network. I don't want to ruffle any feathers,
There are no feathers to ruffle. Let's go Bears. Let's take a lead here. Get these 2 runs in here.
All right.
2-2 count.
Swing and a miss, and she's going to strike out. And that was just a great inning right there from the Bears as they battled all the way back from now they're only trailing by 1. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, it'll be the Hornets' turn to hit here in the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back, Sylvan Hills Bears fans. Hornets lead at 7-6 after a huge 4-run inning for the Bears. They've trimmed this lead down to just 1. Up to the plate for the Hornets. Can't see who's that. Up to the plate for the Hornets is Layla Ward, the now pitcher for the Hornets. She took over for Keeling. here in the last inning, and see if the Bears can't get under it as it drops down right in front of the center fielder. That's going to be a base hit for Ward. And that one's going to be high above the zone for ball 1.
Okay, I'm back. Had to update Twitter. Tell people, hey, get to this broadcast. It might be an exciting finish here.
Peyton Hester at the plate for the Hornets. As the count goes to 2-0.
Like I said, both teams are 6-2 in 5A play, or 5A Central play, if the records on Scorebook Live are correct.
She got a piece of this one. The center fielder's going way back. And and it's going to hit the fence, and that's going to send the runner from first all the way to third, and she's going to have a double with that one. That was a good piece of hitting right there for Peyton Hester.
That was rough because you could see the ball kind of going toward the center fielder, and all of a sudden a wind gust just blew the ball to the center fielder's
and just
right.
like that,
Too much.
just like that, the head coach for the Bears is coming out on the mound to have a conversation with Simmons, see if he makes a change.
You know what? All she's given up 7 runs. She has kept us. Our offense has gotten us back in this game, and coach may be out there just talking strategy for the situations. Second and third, no out. Not making a change, so probably just talking strategy, having two in scoring position with no outs.
So at the plate is Peyton Hester. My mistake, that's not Hester. See if they're going to get it at home, and they're going to say she was safe at home right there. A lot of the Bears are looking a little confused. A lot of the Bears players and the head coach is coming out to have a conversation with the umpire.
You know, I'm just going to have to go back and watch this and see if I can see if it's...
From my angle, she looked like she was out, but it's hard to tell. There was a lot of dust. If anybody was going to have the best view, it was going to be that umpire, so it's hard to tell. That was Catherine Keeling.
Yep, she was safe.
That was Catherine Keeling who got the RBI right there for the Hornets as they extend their lead by 2 now. She was?
Yeah, she was safe. She got just under the tag there. Good call by Blue. That's unfortunate for our Bears, but that was a good call.
She got a piece of that one. It's going to go foul.
That's the second
behind
one
the catcher.
Tried coming for us. Luckily, the fence is about 20 foot tall.
That's Maggie Groves at the plate for the Hornets. She's going to foul another one off, so the count is 0-2 now, I believe. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be a strikeout for Simmons for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th.
It was a nice pitch.
Now batting, number 9, Gracie Keeling.
So Gracie Keeling coming up to the plate for the Hornets. Runners at second and first. 1 out.
I can't get over the fact that we have a robot announcing.
Yeah,
batting.
I know. I was just thinking about that, but you know, if you're gonna have their field ready within a year, I don't know if it's worth putting in a whole sound system.
I know they had the speaker last year. I think they've got a phone or something hooked up to it.
Yeah.
using the voice automator for the names. I heard it last week whenever Steve and them did a couple games. I'm like, what is going on here?
She got a good piece of this one. See if the right fielder can get under it. She does. And that's going to hold the runner at first, but the runner at second advances to third. So now with runners on the corners, there's 2 outs. And Simmons might get out of this inning with only giving up 1 earned run.
Now batting, number 3, Grayson Pierce.
Sometimes you gotta close the door to open a window.
Sometimes you gotta close the door to open a window.
I like this song. This is a Tyler, the Creator song. Good song. That's going to be strike 1 right there. And they're going to catch the runner at third in a pickle here, see if they can get her. Oh, and she dropped the ball, so she's going to be safe at third. That is unfortunate for the catcher. I hope she's okay. She's still on the ground. Seems to be in a little bit of pain now.
She definitely gave up her body for that, but in the meantime, the runner from first was able to advance to second during that attempted run down. Kudos to catcher, putting your body out on the line like that, try and get that out.
Yeah, that was a good job by Licata to just really give it her all and try to catch her there. If she was close to holding that ball in her glove as she leapt out and got the tag, but as that ball fell out, that meant that the runner would be safe at third.
And some good sportsmanship by the Maumelle fans as well, telling her, hey, good try, good hustle. I think she may go to her dugout, get some water. Wonder if maybe knocked her breath out a little bit. That dive on this hard sand is probably not easy on the body.
She's got a little padding, but that's not enough to really.
Those catcher chest padding, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Just barely half an inch of padding or something.
All right, counts 0-1. That's in the dirt, and that might be a run across home plate. And it is going to be a run across home plate. And that might be 2 runs across home plate, and it is 2 runs across home plate now. And that extends this Hornet lead 10-6 now as they lead by 4.
1-1 count on the batter. There's 2 outs, so we can try and get out of this inning here and go try and score 5 runs in the top of the 7th to extend this game. A nice pitch there by Simmons.
Counts 1-2.
Full count here.
She hits this one into the dirt and see if they can get her out at first, and they can as they make the throw, and just like that, they end this top of the 6th, or the bottom of the 6th, and the Hornets come out with a lead of 10-6. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be our final inning of play. All right, welcome back, Sylvan Hills Bears fans, to the top of the 7th here. Up to bat is Briley Overman for the Bears. That's going to be a hit in the air, infield pop fly, and the shortstop's going to get under it. That's going to be quick out number 1 for the Bears here in the top of the 7th. This is their last chance to tie it up or take the lead, and that's not how you want to start out your last chance here with a pop fly in the infield.
I like the aggressiveness, but I think maybe just not the right pitch to swing at. That's fine. We learn.
Oh, wait, is that the same pitcher as that started the game? That's Keeling, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It is Keeling. So they subbed her out the last inning, and then they put her back in this inning. That's another quick out right there for the Hornets.
I guess I didn't realize you could do that.
You know, with
high school rules are definitely different.
High school rules are definitely just whoever you can get on the mound, that's who you can put on the mound. That's what it seems like to me. That's a nice hit right there. Nice hit right there from Selena Jones, as that's going to be a single for her. So with 2 outs, the Bears have a runner at first. Coming up to bat now is going to be Mackenzie Guy.
Hi.
Hi.
What do you do all the time?
Had a fan come up and wanted my autograph. I said, you got to wait. And Guy gets a good piece of hitting right there in the left field. And that's going to put Jones on third, and they're going to hold the runners up at second and third. That was a good piece of hitting right there for Mackenzie Guy.
And guess what? 2 outs again. The Sylvan Hills team seems to like to hit with 2 outs.
2-out rally.
Something about hitting with your backs against the wall, I think.
You know, we saw that in the baseball game last week as well.
Oh, don't get me started. Jacksonville is really good at that. I think they scored 7 runs in the top of the 7th inning. An attempt to come back.
Including a grand slam.
Oh, yes. That was crazy.
I think the count was full, too. That was
yeah, it was. Literally the payoff pitch, grand slam. But Sylvan Hill survived. I think they won that game 11-9. Or it was 11-7. It's closer than it should have been. I think it was 11-9. So I think it was 11-2 going into the inning.
So now the count's 2-0. 2-0 for Leighton Simmons. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. She gets a hit, and it goes right to the shortstop. She bobbles the ball, see if Simmons can get there, and she doesn't get there, as they're going to call her out, and that's going to be the end of this first ball game of the doubleheader. Hornets win at 10-6. Appreciate you guys joining us. We're going to end this broadcast, and we're going to start another one up for the second game of this doubleheader as Hornets take game 1.